So it does come down to Alien Romulus, doesn't it? This is not directed by Ridley Scott like the original Alien was, like Prometheus was, like Covenant was. Instead, you have horror aficionado Fede Alvarez stepping into the director's chair with Ridley Scott's blessing. And if you needed further proof that Fede Alvarez is a more than capable hand behind the camera, look at the remake of Evil Dead, which came out about a decade ago. Look at Don't Breathe, which is a movie I reviewed on one of my first Halloween specials. Such a fun, suspenseful, claustrophobic thriller. And I'm sure when Fede Alvarez was offered this movie, he hopped at that chance. Like, I'm sure this man was giddy out of his mind. We follow space colonizers coming face to face with the most terrifying life form in the universe, in this case the xenomorph, while scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station known as Romulus. Fede Alvarez has proven many times that he is a sure hand, especially when it comes to directing horror. This is another guy like Ridley Scott who knows how to create good suspense. And it's very apparent in his shot composition and Gallo Olivares' cinematography. This is a really cool, ominous-looking movie. A lot of this movie takes place aboard a dilapidated spaceship, so you already have a haunted house feeling towards it. Benjamin Wallfish is a guy who I've also complimented on as a composer in the past. His music also adds to the suspense of this movie. And a lot of horror films nowadays don't necessarily understand the whole concept of a jump scare. This movie has a fair amount of them, and I would say at least 80% are extremely effective. Because I was at a Thursday night showing, this crowd was dead quiet for the most part, just gripping their chairs. And every time a jump scare happened, I heard someone audibly in the theater towards the back just yelp out in just pure terror. And that's when you know you have a fun, scary experience. I think the thing after rewatching all of the Alien movies so far, I think one of the things that I respect the most about this franchise is the variety that we have here. Every single entry in this franchise, no matter how good or how bad they may be, they all seem to have their own distinct flavor and their own thing to add to this IP. That original Alien directed by Ridley Scott is still a masterpiece in science fiction horror, and Romulus I think is as pure of a scary movie as you're going to get. With not to mention some great character work going on here. Cailee Spaeny is our hero here, and she is marvelous in this movie. Spaony's character, Rain, is so easy to root for. Like, you really want her to make it out of this situation okay. And she has a relationship with an android character, and the actor's name escapes me right now. He was great here. And not giving anything away, but this is a man and woman relationship that you don't normally see in movies nowadays. Usually when you see two opposite genders alongside each other, usually it's a romantic connection in a movie. Not going to spoil exactly what Romulus does, but it's actually super touching without being romantic. And that's rare in movies, especially in ones that are expected to get a gigantic box office return. I don't think there's one weak link in the acting department here. Yes, you do have a lot of callbacks to the classic sequence with John Hurt with one of those xenomorphs busting out of his chest. Yes, you do see that again. And as a matter of fact, there's a lot of callbacks through every single Alien movie so far. Not gonna spoil what happens in the third act, but there is something that oddly reminds me of Resurrection, and oh man. At least this thing looks a little better. But you know what something else is that I really respect about these Alien movies? No matter how good or how bad they are, they all seem to be rich in thematic material. Every single Alien movie feels like it has some sort of hidden message there. And that actually brings me to my biggest con about Romulus. As fun of a movie as it is, this is not as thematically rich of an Alien movie as you should expect. And I was expecting something with a little bit more substance thematically. Yes, the relationships between the characters are there. The thrills are certainly there. But when I see a movie with the Alien title on it, I'm expecting it to be a little bit smarter. And that's not to say that Romulus is completely incompetent as a screenplay, of course not. It definitely feels like it has a beginning, middle, and end, and it's a very easy movie to sit through. It's very entertaining. But I think that's also the issue with the Alien franchise nowadays. You can't really top those original two. No way, no how. And this movie actually takes place dead center in the middle between Alien and Aliens. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of people were hoping for similar quality here. And I honestly didn't really get it. I really wanted this movie to have more of a subliminal message. It's not that it doesn't, but those other Alien movies are extremely thought-provoking. No matter how horrible most of you may think Alien 3 is, yeah, that movie still has some ideas that make you really think back about it. And I'm like, huh, Alien 3 actually has something to say to the world. I think Romulus is more concerned with entertaining the audience, which there's nothing wrong with that. And like I said, Fede Alvarez does a great job behind the camera. He's a phenomenal director, and I can't wait to see what he does next. I can't wait to see what Kaylee Spaney does next as an actress, because she was freaking awesome here. And yes, in case you're wondering, those xenomorphs look just as terrifying as ever. Seriously, it's been almost 50 years, and how has no other movie topped this alien design? Like, that is sad. And oh yeah, while I'm at it, Fede Alvarez did direct Don't Breathe, right? You can certainly sense that this movie was kind of following a Don't Breathe blueprint. The characters and their motivations for actually being on this mission are very similar to the characters in Don't Breathe. Why are they on this mission? The big monster that they have to fight is kind of a wolf in sheep's clothing at first, and then it's just tearing every single victim to shreds. Literally to shreds. This is an alien movie, right? It better be freaking rated R. And god damn it, it is. There's a lot of bloodshed on both sides of the species here, both humans and aliens alike. There's one sequence in the third act involving zero gravity. I was thinking, good on you, Romulus, for using the zero gravity technique here. That sequence specifically, so much fun to watch. And the movie as a whole, Romulus, very fun to watch. I would say it's one of the stronger entries in the Alien franchise. Is it better than the original two Alien movies? No. It's definitely not as thematically rich as either one of those movies, both of which I've talked about in the build to this. And I kind of wish Romulus had something a little bit more sophisticated to say. But once again, nothing wrong with entertaining a pure horror fan audience, which is what Fede Alvarez does best. I'm going to give Alien Romulus a B+. Yeah, I would say for the most part this lived up to the hype. Let me know what you think of Romulus down in the comments. Let me know what your favorite Alien movie has been so far. It's been such a treat to go back and look at this franchise. Once again, we have completed another playlist in the build up to another blockbuster, guys. We did it! And if you've stumbled across this channel for the first time through this playlist, hit that subscribe button, tap on that thumbs up as well. Why wouldn't you be subscribed to this point? Why not? But guys, stay tuned for more exciting content very soon. I have a very fun collaboration planned this Sunday for Pulp Fiction. That is a review I've been waiting to do for a long time, and I can't wait to show you guys what we've got in store. Thank you guys so much again. Y'all are the best. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.